For some time now, I've been thinking about this thing we call love. And as a therapist, but most importantly, a person in various relationships, because we live a life of relationships, I'm realizing more and more that there's an absence of defining love because it differs from one person to the next. So, after taping 2 episodes today, I wanted to come and just share my thoughts. We often hear the words, I love you, used freely. Too often that we rarely stop to consider what those words actually mean, not just to the person saying them, but to the person receiving them. Love for many becomes a word of habit rather than a concept rooted in understanding. The truth is, most people enter relationships, romantic, platonic, or even with family members, with assumptions. We assume if someone loves us, they will intuitively know to meet our needs. We assume that their definition of love mirrors our own. But in reality, love is deeply personal. And what feels loving to one person may feel foreign or even hurtful to another. Without clearly defining what love looks like for ourselves and communicating that to others, we end up operating on silent expectations. And expectations without permission leads to disappointment, resentment, and disconnection. For example, one person might view love as emotional availability, while another might see it as giving space during conflict, meaning they walk around for days angry and not speaking to the person they say they love. Years ago, I was told that by not talking to the person you love out of anger for days, what you're actually doing is missing days of their life you'll never get back. When we love without understanding, we often create a space that is uncomfortable because it's deeply rooted in different experiences. And sometimes those experiences are not so pretty. Love is communicative. So sweeping things under the rug and acting as if those painful moments never happened, so we should move on, is definitely not the answer. Too often, we try to force others to love us the way we believe love should be shown, without realizing they may not be equipped to do so. This doesn't mean, it doesn't make them a bad person. It simply means there's a gap in understanding, one that can only be bridged through honest, open dialogue. Love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice, a conscious act of courage, patience, and acceptance. It requires us both to ask and answer the question, what does love look like for me? And once we know, we must be bold enough to communicate that truth. Because without clarity, we end up in relationships where both parties are loving in ways that go unseen, unappreciated, or even misunderstood. And often relationships don't break down from the lack of love, but from the lack of shared definition. So start by defining love for yourself. Then invite those you care about to do the same. Only then can we give and receive love in a way that is intentional, respectful, and real. Yes. Oh, I forgot to say, don't forget to subscribe to Intake Talk Show on YouTube or follow us on Spotify. Now, peace and grace.